Let's talk about Gen Z, the generation born between 1997 and 2012. You see them everywhere making TikToks, rocking vintage looks, and side-eyeing skinny jeans. Gen Z has never known a world without the internet. Wi-Fi isn't a luxury, it's the air they breathe. For them, a floppy disk is just the save icon. This digital immersion shapes everything: how they learn, connect, and see the world. Unlike millennials who adapted to tech, Gen Z are true digital natives. They process information fast, juggling news, memes, and messages across multiple screens. This makes them adaptable and quick learners, skills that matter more every day. Growing up online, they've witnessed global events in real time. They're not just aware of the world's problems, they're engaged and ready to act. Gen Z has a built-in BS detector. They crave authenticity and transparency from brands and leaders. They've seen economic uncertainty up close, so they're pragmatic and financially cautious. They value stability, but also want to make a difference. Gen Z is digitally savvy, socially conscious, and careful with money, a fascinating mix. They're not just the next generation, they're a software update for society. And honestly, we need it. The old system has a few bugs. They're rewriting the rules, not just following them. Their influence is everywhere, from politics to pop culture. They're shaping the future, not waiting for it. Gen Z is here and they're just getting started. They're not afraid to challenge the status quo. They want real change, not just talk. And they're making it happen. One post, one protest, one idea at a time. Welcome to the Gen Z era. For Gen Z, social media isn't just for sharing photos. It's where life happens. It's a digital town square, classroom, shopping mall, and rally, all in one. They build communities around niche interests, from vintage games to sustainable farming. Gen Z doesn't just consume content, they create, remix, and shape it. While older generations stick to Facebook, Gen Z thrives on TikTok, Discord, and Twitch. These platforms are about content and community, not just real-life connections. TikTok's algorithm can make anyone a star overnight. Fame is democratized. The creator economy lets young people build careers from their bedrooms. Gen Z learns and works differently. Why read a textbook when a YouTube video explains it better? They're self-starters, learning skills online and applying them instantly. Traditional gatekeepers are losing power. But constant connection has downsides: pressure, comparison, and blurred boundaries. Gen Z isn't just using tech, they're shaping it, demanding better privacy and ethical design. They call out flaws and push for change. They're the beta testers for our digital future. Gen Z is redefining what it means to live and thrive online. The rest of us are catching up. Gen Z is all about the side hustle. The old dream of climbing the corporate ladder? Dead. They want flexibility, creativity, and control. Gen Z saw economic instability firsthand. They know not to rely on one income. Side hustles are everywhere. Selling jewelry on Etsy, managing social media, streaming games, reselling vintage clothes. The internet makes starting a business easier than ever. It's not just about extra cash, it's about autonomy and exploring passions. Side hustles build skills and offer a safety net. Gen Z is pragmatic. If the main job fails, they have a backup. This entrepreneurial spirit is changing work itself. Companies notice. They must offer flexibility and purpose, not just paychecks. The gig economy is booming, thanks to Gen Z's embrace. They want freedom to choose their hours and be their own boss. For Gen Z, work is about living, not just surviving. They're rewriting the rules of success, one hustle at a time. The rest of us are taking notes. Gen Z is building their own future, and they're not waiting for permission. Gen Z is redefining activism. Woke isn't an insult, it's awareness and action. They grew up with instant access to information about climate change, inequality, and injustice. Their activism is digital. Hashtags spark global conversations, viral videos explain complex issues, and social media organizes protests. They can make a topic trend worldwide in hours, forcing leaders to pay attention. Climate change tops their list. They demand action for a planet they'll inherit. They champion equality, racial justice, LGBTQ+ rights, gender equality. Gen Z is the most diverse generation and celebrates it. They're not afraid of tough conversations about privilege and systemic problems. Mental health matters too. They break stigma and create supportive online spaces. Activism is woven into daily life, not just protests. Gen Z demands a world where well-being is taken seriously. Don't dismiss their passion. They're empathetic, engaged, and determined. They use digital tools to fight for a fairer, more sustainable world. Gen Z isn't waiting for change, they're making it. Their voices are loud, and their impact is real. They're leading the charge for a better future, and they're just getting started. Gen Z's impact is real and global. Greta Thunberg started a solo climate protest at 15, now millions march with her. Malala Yousafzai stood up for girls' education, survived an attack, and became the youngest Nobel laureate. In the US, Parkland students turned tragedy into the March for Our Lives, changing the conversation on gun violence. These aren't isolated stories. Gen Z is full of changemakers. Teens invent ways to test water for lead, create apps to fight hunger, and organize coding camps for girls. They don't wait for permission. They solve problems themselves. Gen Z uses skills, creativity, and passion to build solutions. They're not just future leaders. They're leading now. Their movements start small and go global. They prove age doesn't limit impact. Gen Z is the new boss, innovative, bold, and unstoppable. They're changing the world, one idea at a time. Their stories inspire millions. They're building a legacy of action. The world is watching and learning. Gen Z's era of impact has only begun. Gen Z is leading a quiet revolution, normalizing mental health conversations. For generations, talking about anxiety or depression was taboo. Gen Z calls that out. They talk openly about mental health. They've grown up under pressure. Bad news, social media, academic stress. Instead of hiding it, they confront it. They use platforms like TikTok and Instagram to create spaces for healing. Therapists share tips and memes about anxiety go viral, making people feel less alone. This openness reduces stigma and encourages seeking help. Influencers sharing therapy stories inspire others to do the same. Gen Z talks about boundaries, burnout, and self-care, not just buzzwords, but a new way to live. They prioritize mental and emotional well-being. Schools and companies are starting to follow their lead. Gen Z demands mental health be treated as seriously as physical health. Their vulnerability is changing the world, making it more compassionate. True strength is facing struggles, not hiding them. Gen Z is teaching us all. It's okay to not be okay. It's 2026. Gen Z is everywhere. At work, in politics, leading change. They're digital natives, entrepreneurs, and activists, rewriting the rules. The big question, what's next? Gen Z is moving from cultural force to structural force. My message to Gen Z, don't stop. The world needs your energy and ideas. Don't let anyone say you're too young or unrealistic. Today's impossible is tomorrow's normal. Use your digital skills to connect and create. Build side hustles that give you freedom. Keep demanding a better world. To older generations, listen, support, and learn from Gen Z. This isn't a competition. It's a relay race. Time to pass the baton. The future is built together, not alone. Gen Z has the blueprints, tools, and vision for a better world. It won't be easy, but they're ready. Keep going, Gen Z. The world is watching and rooting for you. Level up. The future is yours.